Hey guys, it's Rufus. There are two main ways to attack the basement on Oregon. However, because of the many cross angles and lack of vertical destruction, it can be very difficult to push this site. The first push I'll talk about is the freezer push. The goal of the freezer push is to get into laundry and freezer so that we can surround the laundry site and ideally go for a plant somewhere in here. In order to get here, we need to roam clear a pretty large area. There are a couple ways you can do this, but we will always be roam clearing the top floor. It's pretty common for a couple attackers to just be set onto windows for cutting off rotations while an entry player or two makes their way into master or any other area. Generally, the top floor will not be contested, so we can usually get in just fine. Now remember that we want to get into freezer and laundry, so in order to make it safe to enter, we need to use our vertical control to clear security and meeting. We will be able to clear garage, classroom, and main relatively easy, so anybody who enters the first floor can support our roam clear by pushing into main. So if we have Sledge or Buck breaching above security and meeting, we can clear these rooms relatively easy. However, there's one flaw with this roam clear. When we push into security or freezer, we're extremely exposed to any roamers that could swing around this doorway. In order to prevent this from happening, we will need to have someone clear small tower, showers, dining, and this whole hallway, and this takes a lot of time and is one of the weaknesses of this take. However, once you've gone through the roam clear, the next step is securing your flanks. You only have to worry about 3. One is at this doorway, the other is at the stage doorway, and the last is at this attic wall. The reason this attic wall is considered a flank is because anybody can breach this wall, and you likely won't hear it if you're all the way at main or even in laundry. This is another weakness of this take. There are a lot of ways the defenders can pinch the attackers if they decide to coordinate their aggression. For example, the defenders can coordinate a pinch by pushing up the laundry stairs, flanking through meeting, and flanking through attic, and down the armory stairs. While yes, this is a lot of people to dedicate to a flank, there are times where a strategy like this can work. If you make the flank quick, having 3 people surround 1 or 2 can be very beneficial for the defenders. However, once we've gotten our flanks down, we need to get hatches and begin taking this part of laundry and freezer. Getting into both of these areas is going to be hard, as we have to worry about 3 to 5 different angles when pushing down both freezer and laundry. By now, I think it's obvious that this attack strategy is very weak. It requires a very lengthy roam clear, and when you finally do roam clear, executing is extremely difficult. Pushing into sight is too hard because there are way more angles than you can deal with. You can try to clear people out of positions with Capitao or grenades, but this is not a reliable way to attack the site. So in my opinion, and in personal experience, this strategy is not consistent or viable. I'm not saying that it can't work, it's just that the success rate for it is extremely low based on personal experience. I'd say about 10 to 20% of attacks work when using the freezer push. The second push is the bunker push. This is the most common push in both ranked and pro league because it's easy to perform. Our end goal is to take bunker control and take pillar control so that we can apply enough pressure onto supply in order to go for a plant. Most people will try to take bunker control first, but this is a huge mistake that will almost always cause you to lose the round outright. The most common way to contest bunker as the defenders is to set up a shield at elbow with ADSs or Wamai discs protecting it. There will also be a shield at this doorway and the electric wall will be opened. This is so that either a mirror window can be placed here or a person with a shield at pillar can contest bunker using this angle. While all of these angles seem very strong, once you clear any utility such as shields, it's much harder for the defenders to contest bunker and pillar. There are a few reasons for this which I'll get into momentarily, but in order to start taking bunker and pillar control, we first need to roam clear tower and meeting. This will generally be easy and uncontested since the current defense meta is to perform a 5-man hold in the basement. However, if somebody's playing an attic and using this hatch, you will need to adjust your attack slightly. All you need to do is open this attic wall so that the attic player can't use this angle. Any defender will retreat their position rather than try and contest attic. This is because attic is a very pinchable position and it would be very easy for an attacker to flank him unexpectedly by slipping into somewhere such as master. Anyway, once we've gotten into meeting, we can open this hatch and clear anybody in electrical. This prevents anybody from using this angle and rotating through here. Next, we can have a person at the back stairs use a frag at pillar. The reason I specifically mention a frag is because pillar is a very small position, hence why so many people use a shield here. So if you throw a frag at the player, you will not only kill the player, but destroy the shield. I've used this trick many times and it works, but make sure you drone to check whether or not someone is actually playing at pillar first. Now that we've done this, we've cleared the pillar position. This leaves 3 possible positions that the defenders could be at which prevent us from entering pillar. One is this corner, the other is at Harry Potter, and the last is at this doorway by bunker. However, when we cleared the defenders from using this angle at both electrical and pillar, the attackers can push both bunker and back stairs in order to pinch the defenders and get a final foothold into the building. The attackers are very susceptible to aggression, but this is just because of the many angles and due to the fact that it's very difficult to watch everything. However, once you've pushed into bunker and pillar, you may be down a person or two, but that's okay. As long as you get trades, your next goal is to open the supply wall and this single wall. This is so that you can cut off rotations at supply and in closet, along with being able to cut off rotations in this hallway and in freezer very easily. The attackers are much less predictable because they have more options with how they want to cover their one teammate, which will be planting directly onto this doorway. If you push into this corner, you will be shot from freezer doorway, so do not actually push into supply unless you're planning in this corner. However, you will need smokes to cover you if you want to push that deep into sight, and sometimes you might not even be able to get the supply wall open, so that plant spot may not always be viable. However, once you've gotten plant down, it's just a matter of winning your gunfights and keeping the diffuser on lock. If you want to support me and my channel further, please consider donating to my Patreon. Also, I created a Discord server which will be linked in the description below. This is great for you because you can ask questions, chat, and take polls in order to improve my videos. In addition, my Patreon offers Discord benefits. That's all to say for this video, and if you learned something, give the video a like, and if you want to see more content like this, then subscribe. Toodles.